We need to set up anti-alarm with a bat/arm attachment that bonks the backer back to sleep on days they should sleep late.
Oh! I stream. We'll go stream. We'll go stream, yes. You like stream? Yes? I stream. It's okay. Boop. Stream, yes. We're gonna do the Steam Awards real quick this morning. But how's everyone doing? Oh wait. Stream's gonna be a late Wednesday. Because I told my friend I'd take their Tuesday shift from them. She needed a day off. And the wedding I'm supposed to go to is on the 6th. I will be gone. I think I'll be able to stream before I leave. But the 6th I will be gone. But I think I've decided that I'm gonna stream on Christmas. I'm not gonna give myself any more days off after the wedding I'm going to. We're luck on. Walk on. I'm thinking of buying you a POE2
Bokath
code
1P2, don't push yourself too much, Boka. Hello there, you short stinky earthworm gremlin.
We're gonna fight, Lazar, okay? You've been asking for it. What, you wanna go? We can take this out
Maybe
to the
guilt trip
park.
Sky or Ham into joining you by buying it as an early Christmas present for them.
Maybe guilt trip Sky or Ham into joining you by buying it as early Christmas present for them. I don't know if Sky would like the. I'm curious if Sky would like a game like that. You might want to. I might do that. I think it's hilarious that, the let's try is like making it where I don't run out of rice crackers. Alright, we're gonna do some voting. We'll do game. Let's do Game of the Year first. I think we know which one it is. I don't like waiting to try.
That said, if you're planning on streaming PO 2 on Friday, have a backup game ready since there is a good chance the servers are gonna get absolutely destroyed by too many people.
That's true. Labor of Love game. I think... I think Baldur's Gate destroys it again. Hi, Kelsey!
Emergency food, yay. Good evening, Boka smiley face. Hope you're well and healthy, smiley face.
I don't know about healthy, but I am well. I keep getting forced to move my doctor's visits back, so I could be totally dying. Yeah, we're pulling. There you go. Ooh. Interesting. What's this? Kapawua. Wixia. Woo! Those are interesting games. Alright. Why am I getting the Steam Deck? Well... Only because I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna get on one of the lists. I'm thinking of getting this game. Like, I'm on the fence really right now. Better with Friends Award. I think we all know that one. Helldiver's definitely a contender. This is a biased vote for me, but I want this game to get nominated somewhere. But I think maybe it's probably Helldivers. Outstanding visual style. Visual style is definitely, there's definitely Hades 2. That's right, you can't see my cursor. That's weird. I don't remember how to change that. We'll be fine. Most innovative gameplay award. The designers of this game are the front lines of creative experimentation. That one's hard. Hi, Yukin. Hi, Nightlight. Trying to think. I want to give it the Yijian, but I don't know if a lot of people have played it. It's a card game that's based off the cultivation styles of Chinese mythologies. It's a really good card game. But, I think it's too niche for it to have a chance. Most innovative gameplay. I'm gonna say Liar's Bar. It's like the most unique-ish game I've seen this year. In terms of like design and how you go about the game. Best game I suck at. There we go. I think that's very obvious what that one is. Best soundtrack. That is a toss-up. Persona 3 or Castlevania. This isn't even out yet. Oh, it is? When did it come out? Like yesterday? Damn it. And then there's Sonic. Warframe or Balatro? That one has to go to Warframe or Balatro, everyone else. You're right! In terms of, yeah, you're right about that. I think you're right about that. Because it changed so much about that. For music this year, I think it's gonna have to go to probably Final Fantasy. I think it's this one. This is the right one, right? Yeah. This is the new one. God damn it! Well, speed round, guys. Speed round. Oh, now it updated. Alright. Best soundtrack, I think, is gonna have to go to Final Fantasy. Outstanding story-rich game. I think that's Wukong. It's literally the, Turning to the West, the story. Kind of hard to compete with a story that's, like, that old and that, like, culturally spanning. Sit back and relax game. I think it's Core Keeper. I've really enjoyed Core Keeper. What do you guys think? I like that I've voted for Balatro twice. But yeah, game of the year would have to be Wukong. Play a game you've nominated. Well, heck yeah, we'll play some Path of Exile or something. Yeah. What is this? Like an auto battler? Oh, I saw a game that I'm actually really tempted to buy. Called, what's it called? It's like Unicorn something. It's, let's just search Unicorn. And highest price. What's the game? Does anyone know?
Unicorn Overlord?
Yeah, that's it. Wait, is it not on Steam?
Looks like console only.
That makes me sad. Wait, Stellaris Overlord. What is this? What does this give? Damn it! Well, I need to have that on there. Alright, I think that's our votes for the... this year's... I think that's fun. Well, I did get Wukong into 2 though. Oh, let's do. And I can get me another one of those tier 4 badges. I'm thinking we play Warframe today. Sins of the Solar Empire? Is that like... I have Rebellion. No.
Bok, are you ready for your daily German word?
And maybe TTS break-in? I mean, go ahead. Give it a try.
Rein Fleisch Keti Rungsüberchung so Efgebenübertragungsgesetz.
That's not a word. You shut up.
Yes, that is one word.
No, you don't you gaslight me.
Fish that ain't German, that's Welsh.
All right. That's pretty cool if that's true, man. All right, what are we feeling, guys? Yeah, I know what games I'm curious into playing today. Rebecca.
It means Beef Labeling Supervision Task Transfer Act.
What? Beef Labeling Supervision Task Transfer Act. What? Leave us a follow, chat. I think welcome to the stream. Hope you have a wonderful time.
BTW, while we are on the subject of Game Awards, Actman did a funny 20
Yeah.
minutes video on the
That's
Game
what I was
Awards I put in
Yeah,
reacts.
I think we react to that. Yeah, you're right. We are going to do some reacts.
Should DLC and expansions be nominated for Game of the Year?
The answer is no. And by the way, this video seems to be by Actman.
Which new releases got snubbed in 2024? Can someone please tell me why we're still talking about Destiny 2? I say let it die! And how did this
Agree.
cute little robot get 7 nominations? Man, Astrobot. I should probably play that, huh?
So here I am,
Did
42
you
hours
react to
into
the
my
KSI
5th
comments
playthrough
yet,
of
Boka?
Dragon Age Origins.
What's up, everybody? This is the Act Man here. Hope you
We're not gonna do that. You know what? You know what, Lazar? Fine, we'll do it. But I'm not saying anything during it. I've seen that video so many times. That video is, oh my god.
put on your finest for the holiday season and for the Game Awards, which are right around the corner, and there's
Multiple
always
times.
a juicy bit of controversy and drama.
Well, before you
I love
sent it to
hearing
me.
the debate around which games deserve a nomination,
You don't understand how old and silly that video is.
which deserve to win, and which ones kind of
like
snuck
2
in.
months old.
Did somebody say fucking poker? Poker has been nominated at the Game Awards. It's a crazy year. 2024 has been much different for the Game Awards because they've changed the rules, deciding that DLC and expansions can be nominated for Game of the Year. Now, there's a lot to say
No.
about this decision and why you should probably disagree with it. And we can't dive straight into the turkey of today's video. We gotta work our way up. The Game Awards is a moment to reflect on the last year of our lives. Not in like a boring way where we're going through, pictures we took that year of us going outside, spending time with friends, loved ones, family. No, it's a time to reflect on video games.
Great! I'll grab my stuff!
The best
My
and
dog.
worst of them. But the Game Awards are also purposely drawn out, so they can shove it full of announcements and reveals for upcoming titles. And I say, fellas, we don't have E3 anymore. I'm down for that. I know they get shit, because it's like a 4-hour award ceremony, but we don't have E3, okay? Sometimes the Super Bowl would have been better if there were more commercials, right? There are some interesting choices this year for sure, none more controversial than Shadow of the Erd Tree. which by the way, I'm still working on a review of it. Don't worry. But Game of the Year is an important landmark. Whatever wins will become the symbol of that.
I feel his pain. I found out after I beat it that apparently there's like a whole like vein I missed.
That year. It'll represent the culture and interests of gamers in 2024. And every year after, we'll look back and see if previous years made the right decisions. 2015, Witcher 3, ooh, yeah, that's a tough lineup right there, but it was the right call. 2016, Overwatch, honestly, Doom could have won it too. Don't blame him. 2017, Breath of the Wild, yeah, come on. That year was going to Nintendo. 2018, that's cap. That's cap. No, that year they fucked up. That's Red Dead 2 right there. They fucked up. Before we talk about the elephant in the room, I want to give you some of my picks for which...
We might. I'm thinking about it.
Games I think should win what category, but I won't go over them all. Make sure you drop a comment heavily disagreeing with everything I say, and put your own picks in there too. I encourage discussion in the comments and my public Discord server, the Act Clan, if you care to join that. Link in the description. Or if you're more of a neckbeard, we got a subreddit too. I'm curious what you guys think. Which games don't deserve their nomination? Which ones do? And don't forget, if you get into an argument with someone, just remind them their subjective opinions are objectively incorrect. But I can't stop you from using the timestamps to skip ahead to wherever you want to watch, you know? Fate is in your own hands. Best ongoing game. First off, why is Destiny 2 still on here? Like, will Bungie ever make a new video game? And Diablo 4? Did that honestly get better? I mean, surely there was
Neither of those two games deserve to be on the list. I'm gonna say it right now.
Other live service games that came out this year. Oh, yeah. Now, my gut instinct tells me best ongoing game has to go to Helldivers 2. But Fortnite does have an automatic win condition in this matchup. Let's check the skins that came out this year. Okay, Deadpool. That's a good one. Wolverine. Jack Sparrow. I'm just not seeing it. These skins really aren't speaking to me. No Peter Griffin. It's got to give it to Helldivers 2. This game dominated the gaming zeitgeist up until the PSN debacle, which still haunts Helldivers 2 to this day, and its developers Arrowhead. That's reason number one people might say, nah, it shouldn't go to Helldivers, but this was something mostly out of the devs' control, if I'm not mistaken. Should they not win because their publisher kind of screwed them over? And let's not forget the whole system of major orders, all these community-driven events. Dude, the memes? Remember the Creek boys? Malevelon Creek? I remember the brave men and women who gave their lives in defense of the Creek. It seems some of you have forgotten. They put down their lives in service.
He's not wrong. I don't think we should judge the game entirely based off their publisher. But I will say this. Sony is literally making it harder and harder for me to buy games that they publish.
Service of Super Earth, okay?
It doesn't matter how good the game is. I'm hesitant to buy the game because of them.
And that matters to me. That still matters.
It's starting to, like, overseed, even if it's a good game.
The amount of free content and updates in Helldivers 2 has been insane. Sure, they messed up by over-nerfing much of the sandbox, but they've since gotten back on track. I think they've reversed almost everything, and in fact, weapons like the flamethrower perform much better than they ever have. They've also introduced so many different types of missions, levels, enemies. There's giant fucking AT-ATs in the game now, okay?
What the fuck?
Oh, dear.
Helldivers 2 is my pick for best ongoing game, and it's also...
The walking factor still, to this day, terrify me.
my choice for best community support. Those kind of tie in together. It's a live service that kept me around much longer than most other games I play. This game is going to have Left 4 Dead 2, Vermintide 2 kind of longevity for me. Best art direction. Ooh, boy. Ooh, this is a toss-up because it was a solid year for visuals. Black Myth Wukong style did go pretty hard. I can't think of too many video game adaptations of Journey to the West, unless I'm stupid and uncultured. Culturally, Black Myth Wukong was pretty important as it was a side of Chinese culture I don't think is often represented in video games. They tend to like mobile games, you know. Plus, there was a...
This is true.
monkey, and Sekiro had a monkey. That's 2 games with incredible art styles. Both of them had monkeys. Coincidence? I think not.
Return to monkey.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What about Sparkin' Zero? How come Sparkin' Zero isn't in best art direction? Come on, man. We lost Toriyama this year. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry for reminding you. Though I'd argue
I'm in pain because of that. And man, why do you have to do this to me?
art direction is the best thing Shadow of the Erdtree had going for it. That makes it hard to imagine anything else will come on top. All right, I looked at Metaphor ReFantasio and okay, that looks pretty good for an anime game. Also, Space Marine 2 could have easily been nominated here. But for best art direction, I think Shadow of the Erdtree is going to win out over Wukong. They don't got Bail the Dread. I'm sorry, Wukong fans, it might not be in the cards. Best score in music.
Like, see? That's another boss I didn't know about.
Question. Out of all the categories Shadow of the Erdtree is nominated for, including Game of the Year, it's not in best score in music? Are they only allowed 5 games per category? That's kind of lame. Or is it because some of the music in Shadow of the Erdtree was repeated from the base game? Again, Helldivers 2 and Sparking Zero balled the fuck out on their soundtracks. Anytime you hear a song in a game and you think, that's going in the workout playlist, that deserves the nomination. But also, Black Ops 6 had Jack Wall come back to the COD series, and he provided some bangers too. Alexa, play the Terminus boss theme. Can't sleep on Stellar Blade either. That game had a very relaxed, cool soundtrack at those rest spots. I think it deserves the nomination. If Sparking Zero got snubbed here, then the rest of these nominations they've got to be absolute bangers, because that's just insane to me. Best adaptation. I see Arcane is here. Now,
Gonna have to tell you, it's probably Arcane. It's not even... I haven't gotten to watch the next episodes. I'm probably gonna watch them tonight. Since I'm gonna, like, go to sleep and stuff. But yeah.
Best for all League of Legends players. If somebody asks you, should I play League? Your response should be... No!
He's right. The thing with the Sony thing. Sony's a crap company right now. They've kind of ruined anything they've touched in anime, and I really hope they don't get in control of that. But also, they keep trying to shove people onto their platform. I'm sorry, Sony, but if I'm not on a PlayStation, I don't want to see your store. Okay? With how you treat games and how you want everything to be digital and stuff, no. Hell no. Frick off. Go to hell.
Exactly. Any self-respecting League player will know this. And based on that alone, I cannot recommend Arcane win anything because it might inspire people to play League of Legends.
I'm sorry. Even if it does that, I must recommend Arcane. It's so good. It's so very good.
On the real, I'm sure Arcane is fantastic. Those cinematics they used to make for League almost made playing the game feel like a good use of my time. They were hype as fuck though, and I always wanted to see more, so I'll probably check it out. The Fallout show was also surprisingly solid. I'm really looking forward to season 2. The ending was
really good contender.
Really good. It wasn't perfect, but given the setting, I think they nailed it, especially in live action. Live action and animation are 2 radically different beasts to tackle, and I think Fallout worked especially well with live action. I did a review of the show, check that out if you're curious. But wait a second, fellas. Wasn't there another video game adaptation that released a 2nd season this year? I'm sure there was. It seems like every video game adaptation is pure fire these days. I must be forgetting something. Oh, what's up, Master Cheeks? Did you forget that the Halo TV series had a second?
Why's he gotta be mean? Why's he gotta bring up all their scars again?
Second season this year? Me too.
Leave me alone!
At this point, I honestly feel bad for the people who worked on it because it's just not good at all. I don't think anybody was happy with it. I didn't even finish watching it, so it's not surprising to see nobody talk about it when the Game Award nominees were revealed, almost as if it had rightfully faded away into obscurity. Best Narrative. I can't speak to which game should win Best Narrative because I haven't played any of these, But what I will say is I'm glad Veilguard isn't on this list. Some folk tend to assume that because it's a BioWare game, they're all treated equal when it comes to storytelling, dialogue, characters, and overall narrative.
This too is false.
Actually, I've heard some news on that one, Lazard. Pretty sure it's not. I don't know if it's like true news, but I think he's pretty much done with Amazon's BS. I think Amazon just ruined their golden goose.
I just made a video about Veilguard, and I just think it's the right call to not have it be nominated. I don't think the writing is good at all. Games for Impact.
Games for Impact celebrates thought-provoking games with a profound pro-social meaning or message.
Pro-social
What's sad to you guys about this particular category? It's not one of the games in it deserve their spot. There are other games that deserve spots in this category that, like, jump up to me. Like, Metaphor and stuff. But no, let's include all these garbage fire games.
message. What does that even mean, Jeff? I'm pro-social interaction. What is a pro-social message? Relating to or denoting behavior which is positive, helpful, and intended to promote social acceptance and friendship. How wholesome. You expect social acceptance from gamers. I think some of us are capable. Best multiplayer.
Stop looking at me, chat.
Again, no Spark and Zero? Maybe people just weren't ready for Budokai Tenkaichi 4, huh?
I kind of doubt they're going to go up very far because Games Workshop is backing Amazon and letting Amazon kind of run them, which is like flabbergasting.
I don't know, man. It is an interesting choice to have Space Marine 2 in here. Best independent game. I think Palworld deserves some love here, honestly. Yeah, it burned bright and fizzled out pretty quickly, but that was a great 3 weeks of entertainment for sure. You know, it's always a good time to hop on with the boys and get the slave trade back up and running. I don't know why Palworld was snubbed for a nomination. Maybe because they only allow completed games or non-early access. But I could see it going to Animal Well or Balatro. Those seem to...
Palworld should have been on this list. I don't think it would have won any of the awards. At least for not right now. Maybe later when it gets, like, more support. But to not put it on the list is a snub in of itself.
Be the two top contenders. You do love to see Donkey Studio on one of these lists. I think that's really cool. Animal Well looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's why they went up, but I think they're going to go way down if they let this ball drop. If they don't back Henry Cavill's like version of the story, they're going to take a huge hit, I think.
Most anticipated game. Legit. We got a...
And you know what's hilarious, Lazar? And what people don't realize, how good this is if they do fully lose. If they lose, it also sets a precedent. They should. A lot of those patents were very clearly infringing.
GTA 6 Game Award before GTA 6. Has that joke been
used
into the dirt yet? This is just a formality, man. Ain't no other game could win most anticipated.
I don't mean in terms of if the story does good or not. If it does terrible or it doesn't get released. Well, actually, just Henry Cavill walking away will affect Games Workshop. Because it'll like, it may not affect it as much if it had been their baby, but it will affect them.
this year. Do they have gambling on the Game Awards? That would be really funny to see what the odds of GTA 6 not winning are. Best fighting game, Sparking Zero. Next. Best family game. Hot take, Mario Party should never be on a list for best family game. These games will destroy your family.
These games are like Monopoly. Stop putting them in family games. They will murder your family. You will all hate each other.
Family, your relationships with your loved ones and friends, okay? These games are developed by Satan Industries. Did you know that? Best sports and racing game.
No, I know what you mean, Lazar.
I love how all the names just look like fucking barcodes or something. The variety in how they name sports games these days is truly stunning. That's all they are anymore, man. It's just fucking EA dominating the entire space. Here's the same game, new number, you know the drill.
It's because people that play sports games are dumb. I'm sorry, but you're dumb. If you had any, like, impulse control, your games would be amazing. But they're not, because you will buy slop as long as you get to play sports game. It is the normie game center. And what's hilarious about it is, just go play the damn sport. That's what, like, confuses the hell out of me. Like, I can understand it doing well during, like, the pandemic and stuff, like, or, like, for people that can't really go out and play sports. But, in which case, that would still, like, don't accept slop. And because you accepted slop so long, this is what you have.
We used to have a ton of wild experimental sports type games, but no more. All homogenized. Best esports game. Holy shit, guys, we really got to get a Halo game on this list because this category comprises...
Well, here's the thing, Lock-On. Caval's, like, adamant about having full control. So, like, I don't think it would turn into a Witcher if they just leave him the frick alone. Let him make what he wants to make. Because if you do, you have a golden goose. You probably get multiple seasons out of it. At least 3, I think. With how much I know about Cavill, probably 6 or 7 seasons. That's probably what Cavill's trying to do, Lazar. Knowing Cavill, he really likes the games. Well, not really, Lock-On. The start of Witcher, they kind of, like... He was never in control, but they, like, listened to him at first. If begrudgingly. Then they started pushing their own ideals. He never had creative control. Whereas in this particular case, he does. Like, because he's the one making it. He's in charge. So he has, like... The second they give him that creative control, he can just go on and...
Of the most toxic games in existence. Alright, now it's time to get into the heart of the Game Awards controversy. Shadow of the Erdtree could possibly win Game of the Year.
And it should.
Now, for starters, the last 2 categories, Best Game Direction and Game of the Year, have the exact same lineup. So, one game is probably going to win them both, right? Astrobot seems like a worthy choice, though Balatro is pretty out of pocket. I think that's bold, but maybe not brash. Black Myth Wukong is definitely a strong contender. I would be pretty surprised if that didn't win, to be honest. That game blew up on Steam in a way that only Palworld and PUBG have. I mean, it did insane numbers. To answer your question, no. I don't think Shadow of the Erdtree should be nominated for Game of the Year. Absolutely not.
No.
There's many reasons. Dragon's Dogma 2. Space Marine 2, Helldivers 2, Stellar Breast. There's a whole swath of games that came out this year that
What?
deserve a nomination over Shadow of the Erdtree.
So many.
Elden Ring already won Game of the Year. We know it's fucking good.
It's an
And
amazing
yes,
game.
it would be really funny if Elden Ring became like the first game to win Game of the Year twice because it's just that fucking good. But the obvious logic why Shadow of the Erdtree should be exempt,
Like, there is no debate. It's an amazing game.
is it's not a new game. It's an expansion.
Not a new game.
Lema watch Elden Ring and Wukong.
Doesn't
split the
matter
food
how
only to have
enjoyable or
Astral
incredible
Balatril
that
win.
expansion might
That's
be.
what they're planning
it's
on.
expanding on an existing game. It's game.
That's what they're planning on, Lachlan. That's why they snuck it in. Because their idea is it will take votes away from Wukong and give all the other ones a chance to win.
Game of the year. You want a different category for DLC and expansions? Create a different category.
Basically, anyone who votes for Shadow of the Erdtree has an IQ less than 100. I don't know how dumb you are, but you're not in the average intelligence zone. I would say you're below 90, actually. You don't have critical thinking skills, is what I'm saying. Sorry if controversial take. But yes, I am calling people dumb if they vote for it. It should have been in its own category. Does not deserve to be in Game of the Year because you cannot play it by itself. It is not a game.
Definition,
It's
it shouldn't be
DLC.
included.
Yes,
I don't know.
Celestia.
Maybe we're all stupid, fellas. Why wasn't Shadow of the Erdtree put into the best
Damn, getting
ongoing
called
game
dumb by the
category?
one
Like,
and only
even
Bokathedragon.
then, like-
What a burn.
Yeah, super burn. Hi.
An expansion is an ongoing continuation of that game.
Yeah, like I would have given you the excuse that it could go in ongoing. I wouldn't have any reservations about that because, yeah, fair. That's an expansion. It's extending the game.
Some say best ongoing is for live service games.
I don't know what to say about that one.
So what? Shadow of the Erdtree can't be nominated for that because they put all of their effort into one update? I don't understand the logic here. This decision is an exemption made solely for one product that released in 2024. And I think in a way that does discredit the Game Awards.
It highly discredits them. It makes them look way less, what you call it? But here's the problem. All of this would be slightly less of a contention if they didn't also change the way the voting percentages worked to favor the freaking newspaper articles over gamers.
Shows favoritism. I mean, FromSoft is a fan favorite, of course, but this jeopardizes the integrity of the Game Awards and the process behind how games are chosen. Shadow of the Erdtree is not a complete package. You have to put 80 hours into this base game in order to access the DLC, which I
would say, because I can't remember, do you have to fight Millennia to get into this zone? I don't think you do you? I'm pretty sure it's just beat these certain bosses, go there. I would say at most 25 hours. I don't think you have to go like 80 hours into the game to get to it, but it itself requires you to go through parts of the base game to get to it. So yes.
think is still cool. I love that FromSoft is still doing that, but
They've always been actually the last time they were good, like purely gamer focused and good, was I can't remember what year it was, but there was a time where like a developer sat on stage for like 10 minutes talking about stuff. That was the last time it was for gamers. Last year was a bit too much of cutting people short and advertisements. I'm sorry. I think companies need to accept the fact people hate advertisements. A lot of people that
You're at
have
work,
the
Bok,
intelligence
have fun,
level.
cutie.
Thank you. The people that have the intelligence level. No, you're fine, Robley. A lot of people that have the intelligence level do not like ads because they know what ads are doing. They're being disingenuous. They're trying to shove something in your face and they want you to buy it. Like, it used to not be as contentious when the ads were decent. Like, the ads felt like there was thought process put into them, and it was a fun watch in some cases. Now that's just slop. It's, ooh, look, cheap car, please buy. Ooh, look, cheap car, please buy. It's that kind of boring, where it's just repeat over and over. You don't try anything new. There's nothing cool about the commercial. There's nothing good about the commercial. Is the commercial even relevant to me? No. Fuck off.
These are prerequisites that are necessary to even play it. If it wins...
Yes, it is very disingenuous as well, because there are multiple years where there was amazing DLCs, but we didn't nominate them. So that's super disingenuous. All I'm saying is, other category. Then we'll talk.
Game of the year, there's gonna be an asterisk next to its name. A community note. I've seen folk argue that, well,
there's gonna be a huge community note. I think this may be the most contentious, and like, I hate for it to affect Elden Ring. I don't want this to affect Elden Ring negatively. Well, Jeff likes Kojima, but I don't think it's that, Balestra. I think it's he's being pressured by games media. It was either put Veilguard in Game of the Year spot, which we all know how that would go over.
Hi, hi.
Hi, Divine. Or put Elden Ring DLC, which is very divisive because a lot of people love it. But then a lot of people that are also smart and love it are like, why is this in this section?
Shadow of the Erdtree is so big, it deserves to be treated as its own separate game. And that's one of the biggest issues I have with it. The map was massive and it was far less interesting than any part of Elden Ring's base game.
That's the other thing. Like, you're picking at straws. If your argument for it being on the list is it's so big, you know what you're gonna get next time? You're gonna get a DLC that's literally just a giant map. And they're gonna be like, best game of the year! Oh my god!
There was so much dead space. It was massive, but very shallow in terms of the open world exploration. So in a sense, I think Shadow of the Erdtree was overrated, and there were better games that came out this year that were complete, that were brand new. And I can also acknowledge that it would be a shame to not have Shadow of the Erdtree nominated, because it's more Elden Ring. And Elden Ring, like I said, was just that fucking good. But I'd rather other games have a chance to be nominated.
I'd rather other games be on that list than we be disingenuous about it and shove it into the Game of the Year category. Make a best DLC. Make a, like, gift to the fans section. Make a best, company section. Gaming company. We all know what game, companies will never win that. But it would be nice to see some upcoming companies that get the win. And destroy out their competitors.
Nominated. DLCs and expansions have been nominated for other categories. You know, Witcher 3 Blood and Wine won Best Role-Playing Game in 2016. I'm more fine with that. Game of the Year should honor the landmark title of...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think we kind of let it push its way towards them being able to even broach this by letting it win a particular type of game award. No. Best DLC. I'm sorry, but from now on, you cannot put it in its own role of game. It is a DLC. It cannot get the game of, like, best blank game of the year or whatever. No.
That year. It should be the game that everyone rallied around. It should be a fresh, new, exciting, innovative title that makes us all think, why didn't anybody make this sooner? And I can't wait for more of it. And for me, that game is Helldivers 2. That's my pick, man. Helldivers 2, final answer, game of the year. And I know it had some pretty tough issues after launch that we can't ignore, but I think we can all agree it deserved at least to be nominated. Helldivers 2 took complete...
Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't think anyone should give Sony the time of day in like regards to this game, but it's good.
Control of the gaming zeitgeist, but its momentum was halted by Sony. I think that's very important.
That's what's hilarious. Sony acted like a child too. They got butthurt when no one wanted to be on their platform, took it away from like 90% of the world, and were like, fine, and gave it back. But didn't give it back to the 90% of the world. It's because they wanted to lie to their investors, Philistro. What you don't understand is, because you'd be signing into PSN to get to the game, they could claim that we have this many people on our platform. They wouldn't have to say console. They could say platform. They were trying to be greedy. They were trying to be disingenuous to their investors and greedy. That's what people don't understand about that situation was literally all they wanted to do was bolster their numbers on PSN. Yes, it did make it worse. I want Sony to start crumbling. I hope they don't have the money to get Kakao Gaming. Because if they get Kakao, anime is ruined forever. Anime will die. You mark my words. In terms of like translated anime and like anime movies and stuff, that genre will die if they get control of it. Manga will as well, and light novels will as well. You will be going to webtoons and every single pirate site in the world before you go to the Sony site. No, FromSoft does not want to be. Mostly because they will lose Miyazaki. Miyazaki has already claimed that if Sony gets control of FromSoft, he leaves. And Miyazaki's like 80% of the reason people know about FromSoft. So Sony won't even get anything good out of it. Like, they'll get the big package and they'll make a lot of money at first, but they will run it into the ground because no one trusts Sony. You saw what happened to Funimation. You saw how, like the translations being crap. I want you to know, stop defending these corporations. They are not your friends. Like, I understand Kadokawa's reluctance to be bought by South Korean company. But here's the problem that people don't realize. I'd rather Tencent get control. Majorly.
Thank you. Divine Aghanim just became a kobold.
Thank you, Enders.
Emergency food,
Thank you
yay.
for the gifty. But, and like, hear me out here. I know a lot of people have their reservations about Tencent and stuff. realize that it ain't Tencent that's ruining League and these other games. Tencent is known where all they do is invest. They do not tell that company to do it. Like, they'll give, like, suggestions and they'll give feedback, but they will not push DLC. They will not push a company to do microtransactions. Tencent is almost exclusively hands-off. Like, what people don't realize about Tencent is, yeah, Chinese, but also, they just care about investment. They know they don't know enough about games. They don't even try to pretend they know. They just know a good game. And that's why they invest. Because they know about 50% of the time their money's going to increase. Hi, Gaga. Hi, Will. Yeah, like, they're not good with that. But then here's the other thing. From what I understand, Tencent doesn't even take that stuff. Hi. So yeah, like I was saying, I think everyone should dread Sony getting the cacao. It's Are you Gal? Sony is dog crap with their security. You don't understand. They're recently in the YouTube news for literally, like, selling people's data. Like, they need to be investigated. Their support team is there for the people buying the data. It is not there for you anymore. That's why I literally do not get on my PlayStation anymore. Because I'm like, I've just been... Sony has just, like, pissed me off too much, too often.
When they tried to force players to make a PSN account to continue playing the game.
Which, like, a lot of people, when this comes up, give the defense for Sony that it was always in the thing. Here's the problem. A lot of countries that were already sold the game and were already playing do not allow PSN because it's a bad system. There's a reason PSN is blocked in countries. And people don't understand that. One of the reasons is it is a terrible when it comes to protecting your data. Like, if Steam is refunding your game to people, you're at fault. Yeah, that's what I said, Benny. It is not a secure platform. They are the least secure platform, I would think, in the world. It's almost a revolving door. You could just walk in and be like, ooh, look, someone's credit card info. I'm going to take that. And walk out. And Sony will be like, oh my god, our systems have been hit. It's a tragedy. We're so sorry. It'll never happen again. Next day. Oh god, we've been hit. We're so sorry. It'll never happen again. Sound familiar?
It fractured the player base. The Game Awards should be about the games and rewarding those that make them. Publishers too can share in that glory, but their overreach and some of the anti-consumer shit that they pull, I think it's important to not let that discredit the developers' effort.
I think it should. I'm sorry. But game companies need to start being very picky with publishers. I don't think it should literally be Sony walks up to you and offers you something and you go with them. You need to look at them as a company and how well they're liked. Yeah. Like, someone steals your account and they change any of the details, you just lose access to that account. You will not get it back. Oh, no. I knew far and away not to trust Sony, okay? Ubisoft, Sony, and EA, and Microsoft. I don't think people realize, but Xbox, yeah, that's a crap company too.
Yeah, hard to say that to the person writing your checks. Not everyone can be a Giga Chad like Mila Mao.
The reason I'm so honest and like I give Walk-On so much money for being my editor, they literally get 50% basically, is because I know that how honest they are and stuff, and they will keep me honest.
Efforts on the game itself. And they've added so many new weapons, cosmetics, stratagems, ship modules, planets, and biomes, not to mention the ongoing story and war effort. There was a resurgence of interest in
You know what you did!
Starship Troopers, one of my favorite movies. So obviously I'm biased, but I think Helldivers 2 should have won Game of the Year. It's something
I don't think it should have won Game of the Year. I think the publisher should affect you. You chose that publisher. You let them get away with crap. Your fault.
I didn't know I wanted, but I'm glad it's here.
Colette did nothing. You saw nothing.
Oh, I saw lots.
This is the kind of game that deserves to succeed, live its best life, and I want more games like it. So, those are my picks.
Here's my thing. If they give it back to all those countries that they stole it from, sure. Yeah, we'll talk about it. It will go back to being an amazing 10 out of 10 game. Right now, it's a 6 out of 10 because of Sony.
For Game of the Year 2024, and my opinions on the...
Do I still play it? Yes, because my chat adores the game.
You saw nothing.
Shadow of the Erd Tree controversy. Hopefully I can get that
so
review
you didn't
out
see it. So blah.
You're like I like
before
you.
the end of the year. It's going to be a long one, but I have to be careful about what I say about it. So let me know your thoughts and opinions.
If anything but... I'm sorry. It's going to sound like I'm being unfair and stuff, but if anything other than Wukong wins it, gamers lost. I want y'all to know, if any other game wins Game of the Year besides Wukong or Metaphor, gamers lost. And like a lot of people will come at me and say, you haven't even played Wukong yet. I want to. Everything I've seen on this game is amazing. Everything on this game screams 10 out of 10 to me. It had 2 million players. What was it, 2 billion or 2 million? It was one of the two. I don't think you're allowed to say crap. No other game got that high on Steam. Yeah, with how many journos are on the judges, and how many like out-of-pocket game news sites are, and how many like people that do not deserve to be there. Because Yaga, you know why I haven't played it yet. I want y'all's experience to be perfect. I don't want the stream dying while I'm playing. Because that will hurt you guys' fun of the game and mine. I want the game to be perfect. Okay? You know I want to play it. There is no doubt in anyone's mind Boka will play Wukong.
I haven't played it, but I've seen gameplay and also watched the vid on the Steam store page and it looks amazing.
Like, just because a game gets a little mid in parts of its game does not mean it's not a good game. Now, Streamer of the Year is definitely... No! If I was so great, you guys would have gotten me nominated on Smalls VTuber
The
of the
mid-game
Year.
is definitely repetitive. I'm on chapter 5 of the game.
Well, like, no game has, like... One, this game is their first game. Two, no game has a perfect 100% everywhere in its game. Like, even Elden Ring has some, like, detractors. So to say one part specifically is mid and that should make the whole game a lesser of the game is not fair.
In the comments below, which game do you think deserves to?
It's basically Small VTuber of the Year is best upcoming VTuber. Just rewritten as a
Elden Ring's
different name.
detractor is how big the map is in my opinion. Boka didn't get nominated because it's small streamer, not super tiny chibi streamer, but maybe next year lol.
Rude. I want you all to go to Small and complain that Boka was not nominated. I want you all to put in your vote. Tell Small that Boka was present. I had to apologize to Small because they're having a hard time choosing the best VTuber because I wasn't present. I need to go break some necks. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna go snap, snap. You know? What do you mean, flattest VTuber? I'm gonna snap your neck. Snap. Yeah. Yeah.
Win Game of the Year. What about the other categories? How wrong was I today? On a scale of 1 to 10.
I would say in terms of Game of the Year, 0 out of 10. On a scale of most everything else, I would say 9 out of 10. I'm sorry, but your publisher should affect if you're a good game or not. If your publisher was given so much power as to steal your game from people because they got butthurt that they couldn't force everyone on the platform, no. Goodbye. Go away. Don't you say thanks, I helped the crick in your neck. No, you died. You freaking died, buddy.